Thanks you guys for all hopping on. I like muted myself after I peed and I did a story on my Instagram. I'm like, I just can't believe there's so many people on this call. It's just so exciting to me. And Britt and we've been building Brittany's leg. Brittany's our new team qualifier, in case you guys don't know yet. Gold Drop Society has 4 qualifiers in order to be diamond. You guys know them. Naomi, Aiko, Giselle, and Alexis. And now that we're diamond, we're building to blue diamond, which requires a 5th leg. And so I need to get all 5 of them to gold. And so Britt's been building her new leg, and I've had 1 new enrollment, 2 new enrollments, and 1 customer who's been a customer for a year and a half who decided to become a builder. And the 3 of them have joined Brittany's team. And we were doing 3-way calls last night. After we got off the 3-way call, I was just like in so much gratitude that I know Britt was feeling that too, of like, wow, we're so lucky. Like, these women chose us to like help them with their goals and their dreams and support them in their businesses. I'm gonna cry because you guys know how emotional I am, but that like goes for the whole team. And so I just wanted to tell you guys thank you for trusting in us and in me and in being your team leader. And I hope I don't let you down. I hope I'm good enough for you guys. But yeah, it's just like so exciting and like such in that like gratitude state of like, wow, look at what we have and look at this team and look at what we've built. And so again, I'm just thankful for all of you. Thanks for coming to the call. Yeah, it just gets bigger and bigger. Our team is getting bigger and bigger. I was saying earlier, if you guys showed up at like 7:58, 7:59, 8:01, and 8:02, very specific time frame, that I really hope that you all make friends with each other and you get cross-line support. And you never put yourselves in competition with each other, because we are super abundant and there's more than enough to go around. Okay. Hi, Alexis. Okay. Does everyone know where you are in the structure on this team? Write in the chat if you don't know. You know where you are, Jalen. You're on Giselle's leg. You mentor with her. Okay, I just want to know.
Sorry, I meant the other way around.
Oh,
Yeah, okay. Never mind. I know where I am.
you good. Yeah, so I want to make sure that you guys know where you are as far as like on this team in my structure. If you want to know like super detailed where you are within my qualifier structure, talk to your team leader and they can get detailed with you. But you guys know that there is a structure to a team. You guys are doing this business. You know that in order to reach ranks, you have to structure your team. I'm going to talk about leadership, but one of the biggest things that I took away, that I feel like I've always really taken away from this company, is integrity. A bunch of different parts of integrity, but one of it is you cannot just sign up some people and those people sign up people and you are rich and you're good and you walk away from your business and you can sit back and relax and just make money. It is not like that. And that's what I like about this company, because it really shows its integrity. So in order to rank, you have to build a structure, which means you have to be taking care of people and building relationships and mentoring and building and finding qualifiers and leaders and builders and sharers. And so, yeah, you guys are part of a structure. You guys are part of a diamond building to blue diamond team. And I hope you all know how valuable you are, no matter where you are, no matter if you're a leader, you're a committed builder, or you're a sharer, or you're a customer. You're super, super valuable to us. So thanks again. But yeah, okay, so I invited you all, and I'm so happy that you came. And the topic of today's April team call is leadership retreat recap. I'm hoping I can get some friends to help me talk about leadership retreat, which are Charity and Aiko, because they're the ones that came. And then we're gonna kind of go into, we had a new leader. One of my leaders hit a new rank of platinum. which means her team, her qualifiers had to hit silver. And so I'm going to have each of them share their stories, their advice. And I think the biggest thing that you guys will see is that each of them are very different. Each of them have very different stories. And so we just had a leaders call right before this. And I was like, I know that everyone on the team is going to relate to one of you, or maybe all of you, or maybe all of them. But yeah, just everyone is different. And I think it shows you guys that you can, it doesn't matter. There's no like cookie cutter version of this is what silver looks like. This is what diamond looks like. It's you being authentic within yourself and bringing that and rising up to that rank. Okay. Anyways, I want to share about leadership. Also, I like want to share my screen because I don't want you guys looking at my face the whole time. So let me find my thing that I want to show you. I didn't make a PowerPoint. I know. But hey, I'm like, I was telling the girls, I just hit 36 weeks pregnant. I'm kind of dying, not gonna lie. And I already have 2 kids. So it's a little intense. Okay, so I just wanted to do a recap about Leadership Retreat. Oh, I kind of want to stop sharing because I want to see your hands. So who on this call is inspired and wants to know more about leadership? Okay, so you guys are leaders. Shows me you want to be silver and above. Who of you see it as a really good incentive to hitting silver rank and above? Okay. Who wants to bring a team to leadership? Like you want to bring your own silver leaders to. You guys are so fun. I love this. That's so awesome. Okay. But yeah, you know, you guys raising your hand shows that you want to be silver and above. You want to be a leader. You have big goals and dreams. You guys are committing to yourselves and your goals and your dreams. And you want to be a leader in the sense of you want to bring your own silver team. So that's so, I'm like, I see all the chats and I see people raising their hand, and then I see you guys in your screens raising your hand. That's so cool. Okay, so I just want to share with you my first year in the business. When leadership came around, I was only premier. So I didn't qualify for leadership. You have to be silver. The following year, February came around, I hit platinum. And I went as a platinum leader, my first leadership. So I want you guys to see how crazy this can be and how quickly you can grow. And then the following year, this is my second year, I went as a diamond. Okay. What was kind of cool is that diamonds have their own registration line, their own seats, and like little gift boxes. It was pretty cool. And so, oh, we had a diamond dinner reception, and a lady came up to me from behind, surprised me, and I was like fangirled and almost died. Her name is Emily Wright. You guys know who that is? Some of you. You guys need to go to convention, because once you go to convention, all the founders are like superstars, and you see them talk on the stage, and it's just like you're just dying. So anyway, Emily Wright is one of the founders. She's a woman founder. I think there's 7 of them. I'm really bad at that. There's so many of them, but they're amazing, and it's mostly men and a woman. This company isn't owned by one person who has people manage and take care of the company. It's owned by founders, 7 of them, a woman and men who put in their own personal family money, put their houses up mortgage. I don't understand. I never bought a house, so I don't know. So they put their houses up, and they took all the money they had and started doTERRA. This is the 11th year in this company that this company has been alive. And Alexis, I'll ship myself if I meet Emily. It's been 11 years since this company has been alive, and it's the same exact founders working every single day in the company. The founders go on the sourcing trips to find new oils and to meet the communities and meet the farmers. So I just want you guys to kind of understand like what company you're working for and what the founders are really like. So anyway, I was at Diamond Dinner Reception, and Emily Wright came up to me from behind and was like, "Hi, you guys, how are you doing?" And I was like, I was so nervous, I couldn't even talk. And then I just met her, and the thing that blew me away is that, you know, when you go to Disneyland and you stand in line to meet Mickey Mouse, and you take a picture and it's done. She stood there and like held my hand and asked me questions about my goals and my dreams and my family, where I'm from. She spent like 5-10 minutes with me. And I was so uncomfortable that I was like, okay, like, I'm so sorry, I'm taking up your time. There's a really long line. I'll let you go. Can you just take a picture with me? And then that was done. So you know what I mean? It's just very like, I was blown away. Like, it wasn't just like we met, we took a picture. It was like we met, she looked at me, took time with me, spent time with every single person in line, and talked to them and asked them questions about their life. So anyways, okay, sharing you about leadership. I'm so glad that this is something that you guys really do want to go to. It's an investment in your business. You have to be a silver in order to be invited and in order to qualify to go to this. So it's a pretty cool incentive. I wouldn't say that it costs too much money. Your ticket is $79, and it includes the 3 days of sessions. You pay for your airfare, and then you pay for your hotel, and then some food. Okay, so Charity and Aiko, feel free to chat in like how you felt about the money that you spent, the budgeting and whatnot. But yeah, I would say it wasn't too much of a cost, and it definitely was worth it. I'm sure you guys have seen on my story, at the end of leadership, I was so full that I left a message on my Instagram telling you guys, if you're super serious about your business, and if I'm super serious, I had to choose between going to convention and going to leadership, but I needed to up level and grow in my business. I would choose leadership. Otherwise, please go to both. They're both so great. They're both worth the time and worth the investment. Okay. And you guys know, like, you have to invest in order to be successful in your business, you know, and we're so lucky that starting our own business with doTERRA, anywhere else, you pour thousands of dollars into that business, thousands, and you take years of like hard work to even see a little bit of profit. And this is completely different. So you can definitely take some of the money that you make and invest it into going to leadership and into going to convention. Okay. Yeah, this is Leadership Retreat. You can find it on doTERRA's website, Advocates, Events, Leadership Retreat. Okay. It'll always give you like the dates and all that. Something that was really cool. I went to Leadership Retreat last year without an amazing keynote speaker. So when I saw that Rachel Hollis was a keynote speaker this year, I about died and peed my pants. And then I forced myself to finish reading her book before I got there. And it was great, and she was great. I'm like, how can I share I can't. You guys, like, I'm gonna tell you a little bit about leadership, but I can't really share what I learned. It's just like, you have to be there, you have to experience it, and everyone is gonna experience it differently, and everyone's gonna have different takeaways. Okay, but otherwise, our San Diego leadership retreat kind of looked like this. So we got there, we settled in, and the first day, your session doesn't start till 1. That's 1 to 5. And it's really cool because they just give you the speakers. These are all the founders. They give you updates on the company and numbers, and they announce the incentive trip, and they announce different incentives that's going on. And so it's just kind of like that connection to the founders, hearing them speak, and then connection of a little bit of motivation, I would feel like, heading into this new year, because this was March, and so we're still in the first quarter of the year. And so for them to tell us, like, there's this incentive trip, and who wants to be a founder, you get a chance. You can do the Prime Wellness Club. If you guys want more information on that, let me know. I'll send it to you separately. Otherwise, if you're silver and above, they're going to go over that in the leadership call on Monday at 10. And yeah, so it was just such a great start. And then the next day was a full day from 9 o'clock all the way till 5. And what was cool is last year when I went to leadership, they had breakout sessions by rank. And this year they had breakout sessions by topic, and you sign up for it. So it really was like whatever was calling to you. But I feel like you can't choose wrong. So look at these breakouts. In the first one, you could decide between igniting your business, attracting and launching builders, using your strength for maximize results, taking your business to the next level, or social media and customer retention, strategic social media engagement, maximizing team retention. The next one was developing a team that lasts, developing leaders, mentor to inspire, and strengths coaching to activate your team. Raise your hand if you could benefit from any of these topics. Yeah, so it was super hard for us. Yeah, Charity and I go to decide which workshop we wanted to go to. And then the second breakout, increasing your enrollments as a product educator, attracting success, turning frustration into opportunity. And then we had a 2-hour lunch break, and then we went into mastering your skills, we all rise together, or becoming the CEO of your business. And then number 4 was creating the energy that drives your business, giving people a reason to show up, and diamond behaviors. Who would want to go to diamond behaviors? Yeah, okay. Well, yeah, I took lots of notes. I can't really share with you guys because again, everyone takes away such different things. Then the third day, it was 9 to 1 session. And just these speakers, you guys. Ange Peters. You don't know who Ange Peters is. You guys, where are you? No, what earth do you live on? No. Ange Peters, Whole Fit, we love her. I saw her speak in person. It was amazing. And she looked amazing. And then Justin Harrison, he is the first wellness advocate doTERRA's ever had. And he brought on a wellness advocate who just hit diamond. And this one I loved because they gave us budgeting. Was it budgeting, Charity? It was like how to make your $1 million business. Like what your income comes in. Let me just quickly share. I wrote it down. It was so important to me that I wrote it and I put it on my wall. They said, always have 10% of your checks in savings. That's normal. We know this. Have 2 months worth of your paychecks always in your checking account and invest in your business. If you want to break down, sorry if I'm going too fast for those of you taking notes. If you want to break down how to spend your money, your fast start bonus should be used to buy tools and samples. Your power of 3 bonus, save it for your traveling budget for leadership and convention. Or if you want to go to another island or another state or another country and expand your business. Your bonus pool. So once you go to Premier, Silver, all of that, you get a leadership bonus from doTERRA according to the amount of sales brought in that month from the entire company. So that bonus pool, that part of your check, you want to save or you want to use for your debt or training or travel. And then your unilevel commission, that is what you want to note as your base salary. Okay, there's so many chats, I didn't read them. I will, promise. But otherwise, yeah, so it was just, to me, that was super, that was a huge takeaway for me because I can always get better at finances and budgeting and all that. And I love that they broke it down like that because then it makes it so much easier to understand, like, yeah, I want to invest in my business, but how and where is that money coming from? And so when they broke it down like that, I was like, this makes sense to me. Otherwise, Kim Camuso spoke. When I first started, she was like, I followed her and Cardin Lopez, who at the time was, right now she's Cardin Healing, but she used to be the Oil Geek. I loved her. And then Kim Camuso was the Essential Mermaid, and now she goes by Citrine and Sage. And those are my 2 that I followed, like when I first got into oils. And Kim was probably one of my favorites. But I loved that going to this wasn't about, like, I just mentioned cookie cutters earlier. It wasn't about cookie cutter people and like these very like all these high rankers speaking that are like super professional, wear these like nice, you know, business suits, and they got to that point because of this, this, and this. They run on Kim Kamuso and she blew everyone out of the water. And she's like, you be yourself, you know, and she's kind of crazy. I love her. That's why I love her. My favorite is she taught me how to do a dobong. You put peppermint and wild orange in your hand, you make this shape, you put it on here, and you go like this. And she called that a dobong. It like blew my mind. So she was just always very different in her business. And so they brought her on stage and she explained and talked about how to be creative and how to be yourself and all that kind of thing. And she's like, look at me, I'm a blue diamond. So we talked about authenticity a little bit earlier, authenticity. And so I just want to go with authenticity and just being true to your guys' businesses and true to yourselves, and you will be so successful in your business. But yeah, it was just so interesting that corporate asked her to speak, because you're going to get something so out of the water from that type of asking someone like that to talk at a corporate event, you know. Elise Sedavi is very high rank. I think she's a triple diamond. So getting her advice was pretty cool. And then of course they end with Emily, the founder, one of the founders, because she like touches your heart. And then she's like, Kate, thanks so much for coming. Have a good year. See you guys soon. But it's a great way to end. So yeah, I think my biggest takeaways were, or I think the biggest value is just seeing, it's not, I wouldn't say it's like you're going to this to get business training. You are, but the business training isn't from professionals in different parts of the business, like sales and marketing and stuff. It's business training and advice from actual leaders in the company. In the breakout sessions, there's panels, like a whole bunch of blue diamonds on the stage, getting asked questions about placements, giving up enrollership, how to get people to come to your classes, just all those types of topics, and each leader passing the mic, answering the question, and everyone's so different. The other thing that I felt like was my takeaway, Charity and I go get ready. The other thing, get ready because it's almost 8:30, and I'm gonna ask you guys to share your takeaways from leadership. And then my other takeaway was I chose my breakout sessions according to, I had a hard time because it was like, what do I want to learn, or what do I want to learn so I can help my team, you guys. So I had a hard time choosing, and I think my biggest takeaway was leadership isn't just about leading your team, it's about leading within, like leading yourself first and then leading your team, but leading your team from within. So yeah, that's my take on leadership. I'm gonna read the chat, but Charity, Aiko, who wants to talk next and just kind of share your takeaway on, how do I share? Stop my share. Takeaway on leadership.
I'll go. It was, so I missed convention last year, just due to, we bought a new house and I didn't think that I could fully be present with my heart there. So I decided to forego it. I had the hotel, I had the tickets and everything. So I did miss that. But when leadership came around, I was like, I'm going to go to leadership. So like I made it a point to hit silver in the duration time. But and then my husband was like, oh, sorry, reverse. So to get to leadership, right? I was like, I don't want anything for my birthday. Like if there's any possible way that you can get me there, this is what I really want to do. I want to go to leadership. So he made it happen. I went, and it was so much more than I can even say here. And like how Ash says, it's like, we took away so much things, but what we took away is all different, right? But the energy there, and just like seeing like those big leaders, and you're just like, oh my gosh, like Emily Wright's right there, and Dr. Hill, it was awesome. And then the content that they provided was really hard for those breakout sessions to choose, what do I want to take away personally, or what do I want to take away and share with the team, right? So that was hard, but it was so amazing. Like, you guys have to go. And I'm so stoked that it was like my first trip, even though I'm bummed I missed convention, but leadership was like everything for me. Like, it's so awesome.
Yay, thanks for sharing. And you guys, like me, Charity, and Aiko, we just spent so much time together. And it was so good to bond. And like Aiko's my qualifier, we know this. But even my qualifiers, all of your, I said in the very beginning, are super valuable. So to build a relationship with both of them was really cool. We spent a lot of time crying together, talking about our lives and our goals and, you know, all that stuff. We just cry in doTERRA all the time. Okay, Aiko, what about you?
Sorry, I don't know what I missed and what you had said, but just to reiterate kind of what Charity said, you guys got to be there to experience it all. We can say whatever we want to say and our own experiences, but I think we all have our different takeaways from it. And that's what's so nice about it, because I learned stuff that Ashley didn't even learn, and I'm like, guess what I learned? That this is good for this. And she's like, wait, what? And I'm not going to tell you, because you guys just have to go and find out for yourself. But, you know, it's just like, it's so neat that you can be around like-minded people, and you know, it's really a privilege to be there because you need to be silver rank or above. So unlike convention where it's open to all and it's awesome, you always want to be around, you know, the people who, you know, you kind of aspire to be like. But seriously, in the same room as all like the founders and Rachel Hollis, I was like, crazy. And she's kind of small, and I was like, yeah, because I'm small. Like, I was kind of shocked. She's kind of small. And then you know, Ange Peters and stuff. So it's it was just kind of surreal to me. But I really did take away like, okay, this is a huge privilege. I got to take advantage of it. And to bond on a different level with Ashley, with Charity, with Noelle, which I only kind of see her some events and on Zoom and stuff, and even like Miley, it really is a privilege to just spend a lot of time with these people and learn on a different level. I learned personally about them more than just business stuff too. So yeah, I don't want to say too much because I wasn't expecting this. I'm like 0% prepared. I was like lying in bed with my son, and I'm like, oh my God, I look like crap. Like, I threw my hair up in a bun at work, and I was like, I could have dressed cuter knowing that tonight was the call, but it didn't. So let's move on.
I'm dying. Yeah, you know, we spent time, we got an Airbnb with Noelle, and we would like stay up talking till like 2 a.m. It's like a sleepover. And then we'd wake up at 6 a.m. and we're like so tired. It's like more tiring than taking care of our kids all night, because we were just having the slumber party and talking all night. And yeah, it definitely is, like Aiko said, that bonding of like not just business level but personal level with your sisters and your uplines. And Miley held a brunch for us, so that was really cool too. And if you guys have not met Miley, she's very caring, and yeah, come to convention, you'll hang out with her. So yeah, hope you guys got inspired and got some really good takeaways from that. And does anyone want to talk anything else about leadership before we shift gears? Everyone still like wants to go next year, as excited as you guys were earlier? Okay, good. We did our duty, guys. We showed them how exciting and fun it was for us. Okay. We're going to shift gears then as we head into the next half hour of this call. I don't have a PowerPoint. Told you guys that. Oh yeah, I really wanted to show you guys this picture while we were talking. Whoops. There's our picture of us together at leadership. So much fun. We seriously had so much fun together, you guys. Okay. Otherwise, I'm going to pull up this picture. Shoot. This share screen is really complicated sometimes. Let me pull this picture. Actually, I should pull a picture of Aiko first. Let's just talk about Aiko really quick. I saw a picture of me and freaked out. Oh, look, there you are. Okay, so let's talk about Aiko. You guys know her, obviously, but she's one of my qualifiers. She has always been very resourceful, self-sufficient, even though she texts me all week, but I like it. And she has always been so committed to her business and very fast moving, I would say. And I would say my one kind of leader, I wouldn't say my leader that I don't worry about, because even if you have a really strong leg, it challenges me as a mentor to worry about the other things. Yes, she can bring in tons of PV, but how is she doing otherwise? And so we talk about personal development in our calls. We talk about how she's turning into a leader and her leadership style and her leadership skills developing and growing. But otherwise, like PV wise, rank wise, she just goes. And so it was only a matter of time before she hit a new rank. She hit platinum in February. And last month, I didn't want to have her and her team talk, because when you guys will see, when you push for a rank and you put all of your energy into hitting that rank, yes, it's so worth it, but you do get a little worn out after. And so you kind of need some time to really reflect and adjust and celebrate a little bit. And so I wanted them to really gather their thoughts before they jumped on this call to share with you guys. But our first platinum on this team, she was also our first gold. You're probably, were you our first silver too? All of the ranks are kind of meshing in my mind at this point. But our first platinum, you guys, on this team. So we're here to celebrate. Yay! This is how we cheer for everyone who's new. Yay! We're celebrating you, Aiko, and would love to hear you talk. Even though you're 0% prepared, I have questions. So why don't you just start with saying how platinum feels and what it took to get there, what you truly feel like it takes to get to platinum.
Okay, don't make me cry. No, I don't make anybody cry. Because I really am 0% prepared, and I knew this was coming for a long time. But I told Ash like yesterday or the day before, I was like, you know what? I'm not a preparer. Like interviews, like on the spot thing, I'm better just kind of raw and putting it out there. So I'm kind of all over the place. I literally grabbed my book. This is my book of just BOGO week. This is my numbers, and I was trying to even look back at what I was at the start of BOGO week. And so this is what I do. I run my numbers. You guys can't see it, but I run it for each leg. And at the beginning of a month, I always check with because I have mentor calls with my qualifiers, which are Charity, Christy, and Joy. And we have it every week on Thursdays. I have calls with Ashley every other week. And so I have my calls with my girls first, find out where they're at, what rank they're going to go for, blah, blah, blah. And then I kind of shift my hustle accordingly, because half of it at this point, you know, when you do climb the ranks, when you do have a team, when you do have leaders under you, your focus kind of shifts. You still do your pipes, you still do your everyday, you still contact people, enroll, do classes, all the stuff you learned from day one. But there's also a shift where you have to love on your leaders, on your builders, you have to focus on them, you have to find that balance. So like I said, my hustle follows from their goals. I don't ever try to impose my own onto them. So meaning at the beginning of the month when Ashley has asked me what my goal is, and if it is platinum, if it is gold, I don't make it, okay, Charity, my goal is platinum. That means you need to be silver. Okay, Joy, my goal is gold this month. You have to be premier, that kind of stuff. I never do that. I go kind of work backwards. So February, we kind of knew, okay, BOGO may be happening. It's never for sure, but just following suit, like, okay, I think it might be happening. So I check with my builders. Of course, they all wanted to be silver. From months before, I kind of like to show them strategy stuff going forward. Like, okay, the basics. You guys are going for elite. You guys are going for premier, but know that you have to build so many legs to be silver. You know, they had to build 3 legs personally enrolled, each having 3,000 each. So a few months before, or maybe even the month before, they started making their 3rd leg when they found their person, their one is advocate. So they kind of were structured for it. But I think, well, Charity had already hit silver once before, so, or not once before, maybe a few times before, a couple times before. So for her, it was like, okay, I can do silver. But for Joy and Christy, it honestly was a push. And it wasn't in their cards at the beginning of the month. It was a dream, like, okay, I would love to be, but let's kind of just go with premier, you know, baby steps. We'll do what I can do. So I was like, okay, then I'll do gold. I was like, I think I can do gold. So looking at my numbers back when BOGO started, which means there's only 1 week left in the month after BOGO. I don't think I was even silver, you know, when I'm plotting it out. Maybe I had barely reached silver, but I wasn't even gold until the 22nd, okay? So just put in perspective the 22nd, which meant, hello, February only had 28 days. I was like, no, I can't. And then I got the flu. Like, shut up. Like, what? I can't get the flu in BOGO week. And, yeah. What was I going to say about the flu? Anyway, I got the flu. And I was like, okay, I'm only going, probably not going to do it. But you know what? My girls were like, hey, I think I want to go for silver. We did our own BYOB thing and we kind of pushed for it. It was crazy. It was exhausting. Not going to lie. It was hard. But that's when I realized, like, holy crap, I have an awesome team. I have girls that really want this for themselves. And they also wanted to help me get there too, you know? So we were in constant communication multiple times throughout the day, like almost irritating because I'm freaking irritating. Like, I will be like, what is your numbers? Where are you putting your PV? Where are you putting your enrollments? Because I'm like, I gotta know. I was like, Joy. And then freaking Joy, she loses her phone. Like, no shit. She loses her phone 2 days before the end of the month. And I'm flipping my shit. Like, oh, sorry. Oh my God. I'm like talking like a sailor and there might be kids on this call. But I was like, oh my God, Christy and Charity, Joy lost her phone. And she's not even that good about checking her DMs on Instagram. Okay, so this is the kind of stress. I'm just putting it out there that if I can do it, you guys can do it. Like, you just have to prioritize a little bit differently. I have a full-time job. I have 2 kids. One is 2, one is 9 months. I had the flu. I was only gold 6 days before the month ended. And I was able, the difference between gold and platinum, guys, it's a difference of 4,000 on each leg. Is that right? 4,000? Because you need 9,000 minus 5. Yep, 4,000 on each leg. So I needed 12,000 PV in 6 days with the flu, with kids. But I didn't do it alone. So that's my long story for not being prepared. It was all over the place, but you know, that's just kind of just my rawness and telling you guys how I felt. And it might sound all overwhelming to you, but it was overwhelming for me. But I'm super OCD about checking my numbers. So that's what I kind of did. I just always checking my numbers, always checking with my leaders, and really having faith in them that they can handle their own too, you know? So it worked out. It was really down to the last 10 minutes of the month that we were just placing all our enrollments to. So, that's it. Sorry, that was probably super stressful for everyone to listen to.
I mean, I understood it. Okay, I just want to warn you guys that this is probably going to go over 9 o'clock. I hope.
Sorry, that was like totally my fault too.
No, that was mine. I still spoke longer about leadership than I thought. But Aiko, you guys, Aiko has a full-time job. And then 2 kids under 2. she didn't mention this, but her husband owns a lace shop, him and his family. And so after work, she goes to the lace shop and she's working in the lace shop. And then she gets her kids home and you feed them at the lace shop, I think. Then she gets them home and she gets them to bed by 8 o'clock, stressfully, like getting them to bed by 8 o'clock. And then she teaches classes online, or she does mentor calls, or she does work late at night. And so I just feel like she's such a good example of like not making excuses. You know, like if this is what you want and you have really big goals and you, as long as you're working in it, and I want to talk about Aiko's consistency, but Aiko's very consistent in her business, always showing up in her business, always doing classes every month, always enrolling every month. She's probably one of our most consistent top enrollers within the team for the last couple of years. And that's why she's platinum, because she's that consistent and because she's always enrolling, she's always doing classes. Can you share maybe a little bit about what you do on the daily with in your business, or weekly or monthly, however you want to break it up? And maybe you can talk about DMOs, because you are doing DMO.
Yeah, so I am doing DMO. I think it's like daily method of operation. Is that right? Okay. So I'm part of this accountability group with Noelle and some other girls on our team. And it really is just daily stuff that you're doing in your business. If you look on what exactly it is, this program with this guy, Simon Chen, who started it, it's doing 3-5-5-3. That's kind of how it started. So you have to make 3 new contacts a day. I'm getting this totally out of order because I don't follow the 3-5-5-3 method. I just do it like I'm doing certain things every single day in my pipes. So we email at the start of a day, okay, this is what we're gonna do, and then when we finish it. It really helped in my business because I have a full-time job and I have kids and whatever, that it's easy for me to make excuses. It's easy for me to feel, because I do, honestly, okay, my day job, it allows me to do things here and there, pockets of time. So I don't have the normal day job either. Just get that clear, that I'm lucky enough to do things here and there. So, but like I said, I could fill that time with, I don't know, talking to my coworkers and stuff, which I used to do a lot. But anyway, so it's like, okay, make new contacts. So that's my kind of thing, is I'm going to reach out to 2 new people today. I am going to follow up with 2 or 3 people today. I am going to schedule a business overview. These are the kind of things that we kind of stick to every single day in our business. It just kind of keeps us on track, and it keeps you thinking outside the box, as far as even making new contacts every day. When people say like they run out of contacts, they haven't updated their hundreds list, that's BS, guys. Like, try to do it every day. We do this every day. You got to think outside the box, right? You get referrals, but we also learn from each other by doing this. We can see everybody else's DMOs, and it kind of just helps inspire us. But that has helped me a lot. I also always schedule at least 3 classes a month. And you know what? You guys are going to have people that don't RSVP to classes or don't come to classes that maybe do RSVP. But don't let that discourage you. I keep my room open. Last week, we invited a crap ton of people. I kept it open. One guy jumped on. Happened to be my one pharmacist friend. He enrolled with Home Essentials, and he already did his 200 PV today. So, which is awesome because it's a guy, first of all. It's my friend that I've been friends with forever, but on a whim, I just invited him. He said, okay, and he showed up late, but I kept my room open. Could you imagine if I didn't? So it's just showing up in your biz, even though you think that it may not be working out for you this month or this week. Don't get discouraged. Don't try to compare yourself to anyone else as well. Also on a monthly, I always do my rank planner and my success check-ins with Ashley. First call, we always do that first call of the month, rank planner, for sure. Not just for her to see where I'm at, but it's for me. It really is for me, going through my guide. And then success check-ins. Again, it's seeing where you are in your pipes, kind of like DMOs, what you're kind of lacking in that week, where you need to pick up the slack. And I do mentor calls on a weekly. I do pre-lead calls. I just finished 3. So I was doing 3 a week for the past 8 weeks. So I just finished that. What else do I do? Stuff like that.
Okay, but can I just note, like, the class that you waited and he came on, that was a class that she does after her whole day, getting her kids to bed and jumping on to teach a class. And no one was there, and she stayed on, even though her babies are sleeping, and she could have been like, I'm tired, I need to go to sleep too, and she waited, and he came on. So, yeah, she's just so consistent, and she's always been that way from the very beginning. And so I feel like what I've seen happen over how many years has it been, Aiko? Is it like 2 years in the business? I've seen her like this from the very beginning. She was always committed to her business, always teaching classes, always enrolling from the very beginning, you guys. So it just kept growing from there, and she kept developing and building her team and all that kind of stuff. So be consistent in your business. If you guys are going to commit to your business, commit and do it, and I hope that, you guys do feel inspired by your uplines and then your crossline sisters as well. Platinum. Do you want to share anything else, Aiko, about it? I just feel like you guys want to be platinum? Do the things in your business that you need to do. Keep your mindset strong and all that. And like Aiko's a really good example of no excuses and a crazy life and wanting to be here and have a successful business on top of her day job, which she really loves. But yeah, do you want to add anything else, Aiko?
No, it's just okay. So I think, yeah, like you said, the mindset thing is huge, and it is, especially with the ranks you climb, because you really are putting your faith, your trust in your builders as well. And I am queen of no PD in my life. If you ask anyone on this team, I'm probably like the worst as far as consistency in that area. But somehow I know to kick my ass in gear when I need to. And I get into that mindset where it's strong enough that when I know I need to complete something or that I want something so bad, I'm gonna do it. Yeah, it's just no excuses. Like, if it means losing sleep, whatever. I had the flu and I was like, F it. If I'm gonna get more sick, I'm gonna get more sick because I'm not sleeping. I'm already sick, right? So there's a lot of priority shifts. It's not easy, but it's how bad you want it, and I may not read books all the time and try to, up my PD game, but something is working in my brain that tells me, I'm trusting in my leaders. I'm trusting in the process. I'm trusting in myself that I'm doing this for the right reason. Right now, my husband might not understand me, why I spend less time with my kids or with him at night, but hey, you'll see the results, right? Like, I was like, can we celebrate platinum? And he goes, oh, are you paying because you're gonna get a bigger check? I was like, rude. But that's still his mindset, and we never did. We never went out because he doesn't really get it yet. But again, that's me not sharing with him. And again, that's the whole PD thing mindset. Like, okay, let's talk about it. I want to tell you all the great things I'm doing, but that's not in my, no, it's not my strength. But that's it.
You're getting there though. You're working on
I'm
it.
getting there.
Like, obvious. I feel like even though we talk so much about like, okay, Aiko, like more PD, and I can't answer this for you, like you have to come across it yourself by more journaling and like reading. I still feel like you're doing some form that you're not aware of PD, and then your mindset is just so strong, because I don't think you could have really gotten here without whatever that PD is that we're not aware of yet, and without that really strong mindset. So we're gonna give you a little bit more credit. up in the PD area. Okay. Did you want to say anything else? Otherwise, I'm gonna have each of, congrats again. Hold on, sorry. Before we shift, congrats again, Aiko. You're amazing. I'm obviously like really lucky to have her. I'm lucky to have all of you. But to have any legs that like I don't really have to worry about with volume, but I do have to worry about as far as like making sure that she feels loved and cared about, and I'm always challenging her. It's just it's nice. But okay, with each of her silver qualifiers, I wanted them to share a little bit about their story. You heard Charity's been silver before. Joy and Christy were brand new silvers, so they're all very different. They're at different levels in their business. They're different people, and so I feel like they have a lot to share with their story, and then advice that they can give to you guys for those of you who want to be silver. And then even look at Charity downing. What is that? Beer or wine? Chug. It's her time. It's mom time. And then and so your guys' stories and what it takes to be silver, your best advice. I did ask them to be really real and authentic about how they reached their ranks and what it did to them when they hit silver. I'm listening. I'm gonna pee again. Sorry. Who wants to go first?
I'm slowly waiting for Joy and Christy to like jump on, like. Waiting. Yeah. No. Okay.
Oh my God, it's you, Charity. Go.
I'll go first. Okay. Do I start? Hi guys. Thanks, Aiko, for being like 0% prepared. You're like super awesome all the time. Just like flow right off the tongue. So much good advice. So thank you for being a hard act to follow.
Oh, thanks. I really am all over the place and I get all flustered, but whatever. I don't care. You guys know I don't care. I'm kind of transparent and whatever.
I think that's what we love about you. You're super transparent. You're like, I don't care. This is me.
Like raw me, this is what you get, or GT, what is it? FOH.
Get the beep. Okay. My story. So, as you guys have heard, I've hit silver before. The first time I hit it was, did July have a BOGO or was it August of last year? July. Okay. So the first time I hit it was in July. So when I hit it, that was like a whirlwind, like, holy crap, what just happened? I can't believe it. But it was a push, hit silver, awesome. Since then, I've hit silver, so including this last one, 3 more times. And then finally kind of like really getting into the groove of solidifying it this last one. But this last one was on BOGO. And actually, when you're going into silver, that is the first like leadership rank. And that is when you have to shift your goals from just you doing your pipes. You're the only person that you kind of got to realize, because you at this point probably have at least 1 to 3 builders, if not even more. So you're also delegating your time to, right, mentoring, pre-elite calls, like how can I help inspire them, rise them up, and this and that. So I think in the beginning, a lot of my focus was on my builders after I hit silver, right? Because it was just like, how can I get them inspired, moving, motivated, whatever. So I slacked off in my pipes, I think, you know. But what I've come to learn just over the process of that is that you have to weigh your options. I mean, not options, but figure it out, right? The groove of things, mentor calls, doing your pipes, doing your own things to reach your goals and helping them reach their goals. Like Aiko said, her goals are her goals, right? And she's not going to portray that on us and be like, hey guys, I'm going for platinum this month. That means you guys have to be silver. It's like, she's going to check with us like, hey guys, what do you What are you feeling for the month? What are your goals? And then she's going to support us that way. And then, right, work backwards. So if our goals weren't silver, she knows where the work has to go if she's going for platinum, if that makes sense. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, so funny thing happened was that when you're every rank that you go through, you're growing, right? You're growing. There's something else. There's some kind of block that you have to go over. And I actually went through it with Aiko on that BOGO month in February, where it was like, my block was, I don't know, Aiko, what could you say my block was? Remember we got into that little like tiff? It was like, it wasn't really a tiff, but she was pushing me to get out of my comfort zone basically. And I was uncomfortable, so I got defensive. And I was misconstruing what she was telling me because like Joyce said, in text, you can't really decipher a tone in text. And I know Aiko, I love Aiko, and she's just, that's how she is. She's like, go, 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 go. What you mean this? Like, you just got to do this. And sometimes it's like, oh, like overwhelming. I can't grow, you know, like shit. So I just was like, look, this conversation is super uncomfortable for me. I forget what I said, but I was just like, I got to take a step back. And she was like, whoa, 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 Charity. Like, this is not you. Because I'm always like, okay, yep, personal development. I'm a block. I'm going to get over this block. I'm positivity queen. If I got paid for positivity, I would be rich, right? Because I'm like, yeah, the world could be ending, but I would still find something positive to say about it. I would be like, oh, but your hair looks nice. Like, that's just the way I am. So anyway, she's like this, and I'm just like, I felt attacked, but I just told her like, hey, look, I got to take a step back. And I took about a day and I really thought about it, but I was uncomfortable because I was about to shift into this next like role. So I'm shifting now into becoming this real leader and doing what it takes and doing like the hard things, the uncomfortable things. And that's why I was triggered by what she said. So anyway, got over that. Was like, hey girl, next day, like, hey girl, can we talk? Because it's going to be weird if we go like 4 days and then we talk on mentor call. Like, and she was like, yeah, okay. Anyway, we decided, you know, to really push for silver and like contacting each other every day, numbers multiple times a day, like where do you need volume, just strategic planning. And yeah, we hit it. She was able to hit platinum. But if there's anything that I've learned from both like Ashley and Aiko, is that anything is possible. You know, like anything. You heard her numbers, that was huge. Like, well, 12 G's? Was that? Yeah, 12 G's, like that's crazy. So when I find myself giving excuses, I'm like, shit, I got one kid. I got one husband who's gone 10 days out of the month. I have a part-time job. I have time. I have time to do the things and make my business work for me, right? Because if not, like everybody's busy. They're busy, but I see them showing up for their business in such a way that's like, I cannot give excuses. Absolutely not, you know, because I'm going to show up for my business. My success is not dependent on Aiko or Ashley. It's like just solely on me. And I hold that thought. Yeah, take a sip of beer. But you know what, I don't know, I get really lost on these rants and I kind of just go, and I hope that I'm making sense for all you guys. But if you want this business, like this is your business. Your mentors are here for you to guide you along the way. And we want to see you succeed, right? But you have to want it for yourself. Last year for me was a lot of depending on my part-time job. I was still trading dollars for hours because if I needed money, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go pick up another shift. Okay, I'm gonna pick up 3 more shifts. But then I realized that's taking time away from my daughter, that's taking time away from my husband, and that's not where I wanna end up, right? So those hours that I put into my part-time job, I could have been doing my pipes. I could have been doing doTERRA because that is where I want my ideal residual income to be, right? You know, and it's not gonna immediately come, but like a year from now, I'm gonna look back and be like, holy crap, thank gosh, I was so consistent. So this year I was like, nope, like, can I pick up a shift? Nope, I'm just gonna do my pipes. Like, I'm gonna really invest in this business because I was just falling back on and second like a backup plan. So yeah. I think that's kind of like my rant. You guys are able to show up for your business. Be authentic, be yourself. If you can kind of already tell me, Ashley, and Aiko, we're different, we're different, but you show up as you, and your people will find you, and you will get inspired from other people. Like, you will inspire other people. And don't compare yourself. Because that's your journey. And somebody out there is waiting for your journey, waiting for you to share that with them. They're waiting for these oils. And you can't think that everything is what it is, like, especially on social media, right? You can't just assume like, oh crap, like everybody's doing this and I should be doing this. No, you just do your thing and you do what feels authentic to you. Because that's your journey. You don't have to move as fast or as slow. You move as fast as you want to. I have some notes here. I have a bunch, but I'm just going on a tangent. So let me know when my time's up. But yeah, and when you have a block, I think me and Ashley are the same. Personal development, which is Aiko's downfall. But it's like, you got to block personal development. Like, sorry, it's the truth. But just, yeah, like, find it within yourself to be really honest and know your intentions and know your why. Your why is super important because that's what's going to keep you going when the shit gets hard, because it's going to be a great bubble month and the next month you're going to go down and then you're going to get super discouraged. It's like that, but if you just remember why you started, remember your goals, like, that's going to carry you through and you're going to be amazing. Like, we all started this for a reason, right? So don't quit when it gets hard. The only way that you're going to fail is if you quit, because you have this beautiful team and beautiful resources and this beautiful company. So, okay, that's it.
That's awesome. Thanks, Charity. She talked about your why, and I circled this from Rachel Hollis speaking to us at Leadership. Her quote is, "You only get burned out when you don't know your why." So kind of like, if you need to write that down, you guys. You only get burned out if you don't know your why. Okay. But thanks, Charity. That was awesome. I feel like that was awesome. Thank you so much. Okay, Joy or Christy, who wants to go next? Please don't be nervous because we're your family.
Okay. I'll go. Sorry, my husband like got home, so I was like trying to get them in bed while like Aiko was finishing up. But I don't know, now I felt like I was kind of prepared for this call, but now I'm not prepared after like hearing you guys and like talking. Now I kind of don't know what to say. But I wrote my notes too on my phone, so I'll just go through that, I guess. I think hitting silver, it was really, I mean, like Aiko said, the story was a huge push, and it was unexpected, but it also wasn't unexpected because we worked so hard and we were in communication so much, and it was a goal. It was my goal too. It was my goal, and it was Aiko's goal, and Charity and Joy, and we were all like doing it together. And so when it happened, it wasn't so much as a surprise because of all that we put in. But it wasn't my plan in the beginning because it just seemed so far off. But I think coming out of that and being able to process the last month or so, I realized like that belief by rank chart is really legit. I know we've talked about it a long time ago, but we haven't really talked about it in a while. But it's just the beliefs that you need to have for each rank. And Premier, I kind of struggled hitting Premier because of I just was like, is this really a company that I can, like I'm gonna grow with and be with in the long term? And I was kind of struggling. I had a talk with Aiko about it. And once I like said, no, this is something I'm gonna do, I believe in it. And like I hit Premier that month. Like I think it was like a week and a half later after we had that talk. and I was unsure. And then as soon as I made the decision, like I hit Premier. And then I think hitting silver and coming out of that, it was like it's leadership, right? And like belief in your team. And so that was something that I've really been dealing with this past month or so. Just supporting my builders and the people under me and encouraging my customers, and you know, because it's a team effort, it's not just me. And yeah, so a lot of communication from with Aiko, and now with Charity and Joy. Now we're connected, and I really enjoy like those relationships too, and communicating with the people under me, which has become a lot of where my time is being spent right now, is just encouraging them, doing trainings and doing calls, where I wasn't doing that really at all the past few months. Oh yes, that one. Oh, sorry, silver is you. Oh, okay. Well, I guess it is. I mean, it is me, because I'm having to trust myself in leading people, you know, and really knowing who I am and how I'm leading. So that's what I've been trying to figure out, like my style of like how to communicate with people, and like solidifying even my processes so I can pass that on to other people, because they're like, okay, what do I do next? And how do I get to this point? And it's like I'm like, well, I kind of do it this way, and I'm just trying to figure out even what I'm doing myself. But I think the things that I've taken away that have really helped me to realize that I can be silver and solidify, because I didn't even solidify Premier in March. So like I think what really stood out to me in that is like, what am I really doing to reach my goals? So Aiko like asked me like, okay, what is your goal? And I was like, well, I do want to solidify silver. And so she's like, well, is that realistic? And like, what are you actually doing? Like, what is your action steps to get there? And I was like, well, I don't know, not enough, you know, like actually probably Premier is more realistic for me. And I like how Aiko communicates. Like, I feel like that speaks my language. I need somebody who's just gonna be like, no, what are you doing? You know? Yeah, I need somebody bossy. So I appreciate Aiko and her style and her communication, because it really shakes me out of myself. And I'm like, oh yeah, I gotta know, what am I doing? And I think really showing up is a huge thing, like showing up to calls, showing up to classes, and all the business trainings that are out there. I know it's a lot, and I know some your guys' schedules are crazy, but if you can go to Noelle's biz trainings and Miley's and like just everybody's, it just makes such a big difference, and being connected in the community, because then it makes you more committed to this yourself. Like, I don't know, like getting to know the leaders has really helped me, because when they know you and they recognize you and you can actually have a conversation with them, I feel like that really changed a lot in my business. Being able to like personally speak with leaders, and like talking with Noelle too. And so that's really helped me. And just like knowing how to run your numbers, like checking it yourself, doing your planners every month, but doing all the action steps. So I'm part of the DMO, that accountability group too, and that's really helped to actually do action steps. And the part of the DMO thing is really focusing on these action steps, not about the results. And so you may get like, you may contact 10 people and you get no responses, but just keep focusing on those action steps, like contact 10 more people the next day, and then the next day, and you may not get any responses, but eventually you're gonna get those people, you know. But if you're you stop at 10 and you're like, well, I contacted 10 people last month and nobody answered, then you're never going to get there. You're never going to find your people. And so I think that's a big thing too from the DMOs that I've taken away, like just do your action steps every single day and then the results will eventually follow. And then also like the why thing, like where are you really coming from? Like where is your heart? I just tend to focus on serving people. So if I come from a place of serving and trying to be genuine and not caring about, you know, how I look or how I may sound, then I think that comes across to people. So just really being like, you know, be yourself, be authentic, and really just want to serve. And you may be pushy or you may sound like it may be too much because I'm like, I contact people constantly. But then I'm doing it out of service and love. And I think that, you know, that does eventually come through. But I try not to be a pushover. So I don't just take orders from people. Like, I don't know. I think that made a big difference for me in that month in February. Like, I didn't order many BOGOs for people. So most of the people ended up enrolling with me that month because I said, sorry, if you want BOGOs, you got to get your own account. And so a lot of them ended up ordering or, you know, signing up. And then some that didn't sign up for BOGOs, now they're signing up because they're kind of realizing like, oh, she's not going to order for me and I don't know where to get oils from, you know. I think I only lost one customer because of that. But majority have stuck around and they've either ended up enrolling or they're still around and coming to classes and stuff. So yeah, I think just be clear about what you want to do and what this business means to you, and just go with your gut and like come from, you know, a place that's authentic to you, and then it's going to be good. But yes, thank you. That's all.
Awesome. Thanks, Christy. Okay, Joy, your
Okay,
silver
wait,
store.
before Joy goes, just real fast, I just want to interject because I have to defend myself because all this bossy stuff is going on. But it's true. I'm not gonna deny it. It's true. I'm bossy. You can ask my husband. He uses the other B word a lot. He doesn't say bossy. Okay. But it comes it comes from a good place. My delivery is bad, and I tell Charlie all the time, oh shit, I think I came across bad, or even with Joy, because again, texting is 99% of my business, because I'm at work, whatever, and so it comes across being whatever, you know, bitchy, bossy, whatever. But just as a side note to that, because like how Christy mentioned, you know, I ask her action steps. I'm like, and like how Charity said, like she's positivity queen, so I just like people to be upfront with me. So like, don't just say you're gonna be silver. How are you gonna get to silver? Because girl, if you don't got classes going on, it's not gonna happen. If you're not doing your pipes, it's not gonna happen. So just be upfront with me. Just be like, I'm gonna be premier, like, and then I know for me to be platinum, I gotta make up that 4,000 on your leg. That's on me. That's not on you. But when you do come across to me like, okay, I'm gonna be silver, then effing show yourself. What are you gonna do? Tell me all the stuff. You know, I'm not like this mean. I'm just kind of passionate about what I'm talking about, trying to defend myself. But you know, like it's the reality of it. If we could all just be a little bit more honest, you know, because we all are like, oh, I want to help you and we'll get to your goal, so I want to make it my goal too. But you're not helping nobody but by just saying nice things, you know? Like, if that's your goal, you got to make it your goal. You got to show up. You got to be doing all the things. Otherwise, it's not going to happen. It's not going to materialize. So that's just kind of my defense, as I'm bossy, but it's kind of just like, yeah, my delivery is bad, but that's kind of how I'm trying to relay it to my builders. Like, if you have all these goals and aspirations, you got to have the crap to be backing it up with, you know what I mean? So moving on, Joy.
Well, I mean, it also makes it clearer for your goal, like you and your business, because your income affects you and your family. So like if your builders, it doesn't need to be just qualifiers. If your builders are saying I'm going to be silver this month, and then at the end of the month they're not silver, then you could have known sooner of like where you need to make up that volume in order for you to make your platinum income, you know. So just note for everybody, you know, as you become leaders in your team, and as just even a qualifier or a builder on someone's team, just, you know, be really really honest with them so that they can make up the difference of like their goals, that they can make that income for their family. Because a lot of us, I mean, whether you have a day job or this is your full-time job, this is your income. And it, like, if you have a family, that's your income for your family. So but Eichel's amazing. she we all bossy. No.
Yeah.
We'll all get there at some point.
All jokes aside, like we say she's bossy, but it's like she's not bossy in like a bitchy way. It's like bossy like in a good way, because she's heard all of our goals and aspirations, right? So she's just pushing us to get there. So it's bossy in a good way because her heart is in the right place, you know? So.
Okay. Let's see. Like everyone else, I guess, I didn't see silver as possible at all in February. I think even during BOGO, I didn't really consider silver, actually. But yeah, anything is possible. Sounds really generic, but what, you know, my journey to silver, it relied a lot on support, not just like support in volume, like I need orders from customers, I need to bring in this much PV, but I got a lot of support through my family and through my cross lines, through Christy and Charity. It's nice that we have a group chat going on and we kind of know how we're all doing as a team. And it's nice that we can reach out to each other. I reached out to Christy because it seemed like she was doing really well. And so I wanted to know what she was doing. That was bringing in all of her PV. So I just reached out to her and we kind of just started our relationship from there. And it's just really nice talking to Christy and to Charity because they're super encouraging, and that encouragement can really help you, and it can really like motivate you to reach your goals if, you know, we're all striving for the same thing. Yeah, so I think it's really important to get to know your cross lines and to build a relationship with them because they can really help you. Yeah, but what I said in the leadership call was that I was really far away, even into the middle of February, from reaching silver. So it didn't even cross my mind. I think it was 2 days. I saw the text message. 2 days. I sent a text to my big family before the month end that I still needed like close to 1,000 PV to reach silver. But I told them that, you know, this was the closest I've ever been to reaching silver. I told them what it took to get to silver. Like, you know, I need 3 legs with 3,000 each under them. And my family has always been really supportive, but just, you know, letting your family know what you're doing and kind of helping them understand what you're going through. I think that really helped, and it really showed my family how important this business was for me. And so they were helping me by getting their friends and family to order the BYOB, the BOGO that our team came up with to bring in more volume. And so they helped a lot with that. Actually, I was still, so 2 days away, I was close to 1,000 away from reaching silver, which is like crazy to me because 1,000 is like, that's a lot for me to bring in. But, and even like the last day of BOGO, I was still maybe 400 away. And so I had a couple one-on-ones that day. And my first one-on-one, my coworker, she actually told me she was going to sign up and she wanted a natural solutions kit. And so I was like, oh, shoot, that's all I need. I got this. Natural solutions kit, 400 PV, that's perfect. So I was pretty happy and I was like, okay, I don't need to worry. But like towards the end of the night, she didn't sign up yet. So it was kind of like, oh God, like it's like 2 hours away and she still hasn't signed up and I need that 400 PV. So my takeaway is that, you can't always rely on what people are going to say, and if that happens, just, it doesn't hurt to reach out for help. So I was always letting Aiko know what was going on, and we were both kind of like panicking, but Aiko's really smart with like strategy and motivation. So and she's just a really generous upline as well, where she was willing to place an order on my leg. But thankfully I have such an amazing family that they were actually willing to help me out and fill the 400. My brother placed a 200 PV and my sister placed a 100 PV. And so it was, it really motivated me even carrying on into the next month like that, just looking back and seeing how much support I have and how much they believe in me. It really motivates me to keep going in this business and to hit new ranks and new goals, because I was just so overwhelmed by all of the support from my crosslines and my family that it drives me to be better every month. And that's my story.
Thanks, Joy.
Yeah.
And oh my God, Joy is in Texas, so it's like 2:30 a.m. and she works like a regular job too. So thanks for staying up, Joy. Wah.
Sorry, it's so late. Okay, Aiko, you wanna say anything else about your team and
No, just so I'm just so proud of them. Obviously, so far from like where they really started out, and I've seen the shift even now going forward. The new confidence level that they all have, and that's what happens in this business. Is like you want to keep that momentum going, and you want to keep doing better, and not just for yourself. It's like for all the people you're serving, you kind of have to go back to that, and like Charity said, your why and all of that other stuff. And it's goals and money, and I want to get this bonus and that, but you're not just signing up random people just because you got to get that bonus or you want to get a paycheck. It's you really are targeting people that you want to help, that you want to change their life, so it works because that game will never end, you wanting to help people. So just remember that you're doing a disservice to people that you aren't reaching out to. So don't be afraid to even contact your friend, your guy friend's wife. I'll let you know that last month my 3 enrollments were guys. This month I had another guy just sign up today. So that's like my new niche. I'm going for the guys because you never know, like they need help too. It's just they will never reach out to a girl and be like, hey, I want to learn about your oils. Like, get up. No, that's not going to happen. So I'm just like, man, my last 4 enrollments were guys. So, you know, like I'm saying, you're doing a disservice by not reaching out to these people that have been your friends for years, because you never know what struggles are going on behind social media, because everyone paints this perfect picture. Look at my life. They're not going to show you the shit show that goes on behind social media. So that's my greatest advice. And, you know, just remember, dig into your back pockets that this is what you're doing it for. I mean, some of us are doing it just for the money, but I doubt it. You're really doing it to help people, you know, to change lives. So that's it.
Yay. Okay. Thank you guys so much for sharing, and congratulations again for reaching platinum as a team, and Aiko being a platinum team leader and platinum rank. And we'll see you walk at convention as platinum, unless you want to go for diamond. I'm still like, I'm here for you, supporting. And congrats to Joy and Christy, new silvers, and Charity also as well. And I loved your stories. Thank you so much for sharing. And I told you guys that they'd all be different. And as you can see, Charity's hit silver 4 times now. So the advice that she shared and her story that she shared was so valuable in that sense, you know. And yeah. Anybody else have questions? I don't want to take too long because I know that it's getting late, and I just want to thank you guys for being on and staying to the end. And I hope that that was really inspiring for you all. And otherwise, I'll be uploading it to the Builders page on my website, the whole archive of all of our team calls and everything, if you guys ever want to rewatch these or share it with your team that wasn't able to make it. Alrighty. Okay, everyone's good. Aiko, wave at all your fans. Everyone share Aiko and her team, and Joy and Charity and Christian. Thanks, you guys. Good night. We'll talk soon. I'll let you know about next month's team calls because I'm supposed to give birth on May 7th. Isn't that crazy? Okay. Yay! Alrighty. Thanks, you guys. Have a good night. Bye.